Last year, I made a video. Sorry, this is my second time trying to get this out. I'm not really paying attention to my battery. I don't really have a reason to anyway. Last year, I made a video where I was trying to accept the concept of being a non-person. And it was one of many failed attempts at coping with a diagnosis that I struggled to accept for a long time. In February of last year, I was diagnosed with social obsessive compulsive disorder, social OCD. And I tried to deny it. I tried to make it something that it wasn't. And I failed. I also have type 2 diabetes, which someone very close to me passed away from. And I watched the effects of diabetes ruin their mind, and I thought that I was different. That life had made me this way. And in a way it did. But not without my aid. Not without my aid. This is the 4th day since the love of my life decided that we should no longer be together. And I know that it's my fault. I don't believe it, I know it. Someone who gave me all the comfort I could have ever asked for, the patience, the love, the embrace, the just all the things that you could dream of a person providing for you, she provided. And instead of being free with her, I tried to fix myself first, because the fear kicked in. The fear that we didn't look right together, the fear that I wasn't fit for her, that I wasn't good enough, the fear that her family would reject me because of the way that I look, the way that I talk, the way that I dress, the way that I present and express myself would all just be things that were undesirable. And I told myself that I could fix it and that I could just get it under control. It's OCD. OCD is, in my mind, it was monk. It was just, you have to have certain things in order. But that's never what it was. I want everyone, everywhere that I meet to experience the best in me, and the things that I've been through in life make that very hard. And it was never a problem in the past because I could always tough it out. I could always compromise or compartmentalize and deal with my problems later, my breakups, my disconnection with friends, petty arguments. They were easy to control, but not my life now. I love this girl. And there was a period of time where she would talk to me. She would mention in passing that she, despite never having been intimate with someone, there were times where during her cycles, she would feel like they weren't coming, they weren't on time, they were irregular, and she would dream about this life inside of her. And I wanted to make that happen. And then it did, but it wasn't the right time. And we decided, it was the worst decision I've ever had to make in my life. But we decided to have an abortion because she wasn't ready, because it wasn't the right time. She's still young. We didn't have the space or the finances. And then when we got to the clinic, it turned out the baby was already gone. My love had gone inside of her to die. And I should have known. I don't even know. I don't know if it was a sign. I feel like it was a sign, but I don't know. I just overthought it. And I felt like she was going to leave me, and it just got worse. Everything got worse. My mental health got worse. Things kept happening to me. I couldn't process them. I couldn't deal with them. I became so angry. I became such a horrible person. And she was never really well off to begin with. She was amazing to me because she masked everything that she felt, just like me. And instead of understanding that, I thought she was happy. And now I know she's not. And she thinks the only thing good for us is this. Is this. She thinks our love was codependency. And I can understand why. Because I never told her, I never told anybody. I never told anybody that I had this issue. I never wanted to tell anybody. I never wanted anybody to know that I had something wrong with me, because I know how it's affected my friendships. I know how it's affected my livelihood. I know how it's affected me, and I just wanted to beat it before it could become more real to anyone. I told myself that my therapist was giving up on me because she told me that because of my long-standing untreated phobia, that I've become so self-aware that therapy would not be as helpful as medication, and I didn't want to take medication because all I've ever been told is that the medication makes it worse before it's better. And now every day that I'm online, there's just people talking about better help and this and that, and it's just all very overwhelming and very fucking scary. And I've never been a fan of medication because I watched medication fail so many people, and now it just it feels like it feels like everything, my entire world is just crumbling because the only thing I needed to be honest about, I couldn't. I wouldn't be for myself. I wouldn't be for her, and now she's gone. All of her things are packed up neatly in boxes at the foot of my steps, like she's moving out. And I don't know when I'm gonna see her again, if I'm gonna see her again. She doesn't even wanna speak to me. She doesn't want to talk to me. I have a list of all these things that I wished I would have told her instead of the things I thought would buy me time. I can't even remember all of them. I wanted us to go on dates to the library because I enjoyed reading more. She helped me find my love for reading again. The problem is that because I'm so attached to the profane nature of life, all the things that I choose are grim. And I literally read a novel that was so disturbing that I couldn't finish it because the nature of it it was foreboding. It was about two people who fell in love online. And I'm not gonna get into the synopsis of the story. You can just look up. Things have gotten worse since we last spoke, which is ironic. You want real irony? She had me watch the show Fleabag, which is about a woman who's fucking horrible to her friends, and she can't handle the truth of anything, so she just drinks and makes horrible decisions, and then she finally finds love, and she fucks that up too. And she showed me that that's exactly what I ended up doing. I look for all these subtleties because I look for all these little things and I hyperfixate, and my brain used to be able to process everything all at once, and I used to pride myself in that. It's just a defect of this condition. I used to feel proud of my ability to think about all these possibilities because it made me a great strategist, but I could never strategize my life, which is the only thing I should ever fucking focus on. I didn't want to tell anybody that I was some social nut who wanted everyone to like them because I don't like people. I don't like being out there with strangers. I don't want to please anyone, but I don't want them to hate me either. I don't want them to think that I'm a bad person. I try really hard everywhere I go to be as kind to people as possible because I know what it's like to have them just look at you like some sort of abnormality. I feel that every time I go out, and I try to bolster my confidence with what I wear and my hair, and I use all these external things to try and make up for these fucking fears. And as long as the people I love most tell me that I'm okay, I feel okay. But I don't want it to be seen as codependency. I don't want it to be seen as something negative. I just really trust the people I care about. I just didn't want to tell them this. And now hiding it has ruined everything. Trying to cope on my own in secret has ruined everything. I didn't want to take medication, so I never went to see a psychiatrist or whatever the fuck, whatever gives you the pills. I didn't want to do that. And then I discovered weed. And it made me the best version of myself. It made me the happiest version of myself. It made me someone that people liked. I didn't have to try so hard. I I didn't have to second guess myself. I felt more comfortable saying things. I said them in a way that people took easier, and I felt better about it. And I thought maybe if I just did enough of it, if I did it consistently enough, I could fix myself in the background while people enjoyed who I was. But she was the only person who had to deal with me for the most part when I was sober. And she had to see me suffer every day, and she didn't think she could help. And now she doesn't want anything to do with me because I didn't tell her about this fucking bullshit. I didn't tell anybody. I never tell anybody anything. No, it's... I can't even tell her now, because she's just gonna, she's gonna think, I'm so sorry, she's gonna think that this is a cop-out, that this is just me trying to win her back, so I have to deal with all this by myself. And I have a support system, I have people who love me, I have people who care about me, but it's just, it doesn't matter, it doesn't make this feel any better, it doesn't make this go away, it doesn't make it stop. I would give anything I own just to not see her fucking things packed away like she's being compartmentalized, like all my fucking problems aren't just shipped off into the abyss where I'm never gonna find her again. She won't talk to me, she won't even read my messages, she can go all day, she'll be on Twitter, she'll be on anywhere else, she just doesn't want to talk to me. Someone who loved me so much, someone who last week was telling me how much they missed me and how much they wanted to see me, just doesn't want to talk to me anymore. It feels, it's the worst. It's the worst, and it's my fault, and it makes it worse because that's all I felt this entire time. My whole life is my fault. Everything is my fault. Everything. I hate it. I hate it. I hate myself. I hate that anyone has to know. You know what the worst part is? I had a friend group that I made things worse with because I started to spiral. And they were always cool with the fact that I tried to bluff my way into seeming cooler because they understood I was just trying to fit in. These were people who were socially out of my league. They were so much more admirable than me, and they accepted me anyway, and they accepted my bullshit. And then I had a falling out with them over smoking cigarettes, which they didn't want for me, and I shouldn't have wanted for myself either. Something as stupid as smoking cigarettes. And I was just so fucking frustrated that I got offended, and I ruined that friendship. And I started hanging out with them again, and I told them about this, and they accepted me, and they hugged me, and that's what could have happened with me and her, and it didn't because I didn't tell anybody anything. I didn't tell anybody shit. I bought into this idea of just owning my fucking pain and wearing it until it just went away, and like just growing around it, growing past it, growing through it. It never happened. It just got worse. And I didn't tell anybody anything. This is someone who hugged me and made the world feel like it stood still. It sounds like such a stupid cliche, and I hate saying cliches because it makes it sound like my fucking feelings aren't genuine, but it's true. I obsess over my music because I want it to mean something, and I don't like ghost-written shit, but Jesus Christ, man, even cheesy generic radio music sounded perfect whenever I was with her. I was listening to music I'd never listened to in my whole life because she made me happy. And she's somewhere in the world right now thinking that all of this was codependency because I couldn't tell her anything because I was so fucking afraid. There's just this permanent hole in my life. I don't want to fill it with something or someone else because it's not the same, and that's what everyone suggests, that you just give it time and move on. But this is the first time I've ever let go of something that's good for me. And all I can think of is the same thing I've been thinking of since then. Since we lost that baby. That if I never existed in her life, she would never have to know that pain. And I thought she wanted to leave me because of it. I thought she was just going to go anywhere. And I kept pushing her and I kept pushing her and I got upset. I got upset with myself and I would apologize and then think stupid small things would happen between us and they would turn into these arguments that never should have happened. And all it was just me being in control of my body. In control of my life. And instead of telling her I had this fucking problem, I thought I could just fix it. I didn't want to let her down. I didn't want her to see me as someone crazy. I didn't want her to see me as somebody damaged because I'm already damaged enough. And now I can't tell her anything. I have to sit here and accept it. This is someone who loved me through me almost killing myself. She watched me almost kill myself, something she never should have seen, because I convinced myself so easy, so often, that the world would just be better off without me, and now I feel it more than ever. There are people who love me and they don't deserve to hear me say these things or feel this way, but it's how I feel. She made me feel at peace. But I didn't take care of myself. I didn't take care of my fucking diabetes. I didn't want to eat. I hate my body. I did this to myself from drinking Monster. Something so fucking stupid. I drank so many energy drinks because I had this hubris. I've always had this hubris. And I've always talked about it because I hate it and I don't want other people to have it. I don't want it to exist in myself. I had this confidence that I could control my life. I had this confidence that I could do it because I can help other people control things, but I can't control anything for myself. And now it's cost me my love. She's not some girl I'm gonna forget. She wasn't just someone that I met at the right time. She thinks we met at the wrong time. She said that to me. And I can't even explain to her why I've been this way. She used to think that I just thought all these horrible things about her. I don't think horrible things about her. I've never thought horrible things about her. I think horrible things about everything. It's just a fucking instinct. When you've been paranoid your whole fucking life, they feed off of each other. Your paranoia tells you 50 million things that could go wrong, and social OCD just tries to pick the best possible outcome and make it happen. But it was never in control. I would just ask her things. I've been so fucked up for so long that I think that it's working. It's not. I feel like a broken robot. It thinks that it's making something and it's just going through the motions. There's nothing being produced. There was nothing happening. I wasn't controlling shit. There's so many things I can't even talk about. And what would it change? I did this to myself. I love this girl, and I will love her forever. And I have responsibilities in life that I have to just accept. And I keep trying to be strong. But everything makes me think of her. The smell of her hair, I chased it around my bed until it was gone. I had dreams. I have these fucking nightmares you wouldn't believe. I have these nightmares where I try to talk things out with her, and then she turns around and her face it's not her face anymore, it's my ex. It's the same one that manipulated me. It's the same one that fed into all of this bullshit. I've been with such fucking horrible people, and I tried to make it work because I thought they loved me, and now I have somebody that loves me, and I didn't do what would make it work. I went the opposite way. I went the wrong way, and I thought she was happy, and she's gone. She's gone. I thought I could avoid taking medication because the weed made me feel like this version of myself that she enjoyed, that other people who loved me enjoy, and I thought I could just learn from this person that I go back to, because it's me, it's fucking me, it's not someone else, it's me before it's me before all of the trauma just. It seeped all the way to my roots, and it made me this disgusting person who's just so upset because they're not taking care of their blood sugar, because I'm too afraid of poking myself, because I went through it with my father and he killed him. And I keep telling myself that I can control it. I can't, and now I'm not in control of anything. So there's just no point in hiding any of it. Because it eats me up inside. It's always eating me up inside. And then everything just starts getting really fucking scary. One of my closest people in my life started telling me that maybe she thought I had ADHD, and I fucking hated that because I know what this doctor told me that I had, and I didn't want her to find out what it is I had, and I just kept denying. I get so upset. I would get so fucking upset, and then they started fucking making commercials for OCD, and it made me really fucking paranoid. And it feels like the world is closing in on me. It feels like all of this fucking shit. It felt like fucking signs were just popping out, and whenever the commercials would come on TV, I would mute them so that nobody would know, and it was just drawing more attention to it. And there are all these people who should have known what I know, and I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them anything. I didn't think it would change anything. I didn't think them knowing what I did, it would just make them think I'm crazy. Or that I'm a fucking liar because I want to fit in. It's not that. It's not that. I don't want to fit into the world. I just want to fit into her life. And I didn't make myself into someone to do it. She liked me just the way I was, and I turned into someone worse because I didn't feel like I could keep who I was up. And maybe I could have if I just talked to her about it, but I didn't because I just didn't want to give anybody any reasons to think I was already more fucked up than I am. I told 4 people, and they accepted me. They embraced me, and I thought that was never possible. I thought everybody would just say, haha, that's exactly why you're such a piece of shit. Knew you were not fucking, you were, there was something wrong with you. Bye, loser. And now, in the nicest way possible, one of the people who's loved me through the darkest road of my life is God. Someone who would hug me, and it wasn't, she thinks it's codependency, and it's not. It's not. I wanted to do everything. There was so much I never got to do because I was just locked in this house. And I locked her in with me, and it's never what I wanted. It's not what I want. I wish she would just give me another chance. I wish I could just tell her the truth and start over, but it's not gonna work because she's just gonna think it's an excuse. And I can't tell myself any different. I can't work my way through it because I know that's just what she's gonna think. And I don't know if it's me. I don't know if my paranoia is right. I don't know if it's logical. I don't know if it's the OCD. I don't fucking know anymore. I don't know what's what anymore. All I know is that I have all these fucking horrible thoughts about how people feel about me, and I can't fight any of it. I can't deal with any of it. I can't process any of it in these last 4 days. I don't want to eat. I can't fucking sleep without having nightmares. I don't want to drink anything. I just want to lay down and die, and I can't do that because if there is a hope that she'll come back, if there's a hope that she still cares about me, I don't want to do this and hurt her feelings. I don't want her to feel responsible. But I don't want to live without her. And it's not fucking codependency, it's because I know that she's amazing and I could have been better and I'm sorry and I don't want it to be seen as codependency. And that's all, and people are just going to see it that way. They're not going to understand what this is. They're not going to understand what this feels like. That's why I never told anybody, because I didn't want to fight. I didn't want them to not understand. I didn't want to have to deal with not being understood anymore. I thought I understood myself my whole life, and I went to a therapist because of all the other horrible shit that happened to me as a kid and as an adult. It's just, and I thought the little control I had over myself was a good thing, and it wasn't. It was a product of a disorder. And how am I supposed to tell all these people that I love that all of the best parts of me are because I'm a fucking disgusting social tryhard? How do I tell somebody I love, hey, it's not you, I just have this fucking diagnosis I should tell you about because I thought it made me a pussy, I thought it made me a fucking weak-minded piece of shit? How do you look in the face of somebody you love so much that fills you with joy and tell them you don't feel like you belong in anything? You feel like a fucking fraud with everything. I allowed myself to believe so much that she was too good for me. Now she knows it. She's fucking gone. And I can't tell people because everybody outside is so fucking horrible. They just want to shit on your feelings and make you feel horrible, and I know that because I'm one of them. I get so upset, and I don't even know what I'm angry about, and I say fucking horrible things, and all the things that I say are true about me. All of them are true about me, and I hate the idea of ever getting better now because I should have been better in the first place, and I should have had her in my life. And everyone's just gonna tell me the same shit. You can be better for yourself. You can't be better for someone else. It's not that I want to be better for her. It's just that she's... I don't want to look... I feel like the best version of me will always wish it was with her. I have people who love me just as much, if not more. And it's selfish. I know that I'm a selfish, miserable piece of shit for wanting her to love me still. A fucking horrible, miserly curmudgeon of a person for wanting that absolute fucking angel to love me. Angel. I wanted to be friends with her friends. I didn't want them to think horrible things of me, but I did. Because I think horrible things about myself, so I projected them on the other people. Telling myself that I'm paranoid has always been a good thing because it means that I'm a healthy skeptic. It's not. I'm a fucking paranoid piece of shit. Whether you consider yourself a non-person or if you have some type of mental roadblock, whatever it is you're going through, please just tell whoever it is that loves you as soon as you can, because this is the worst ending. I have not seriously thought about harming myself, but I feel this foreboding sense that it's the only fucking way through. I don't want that to be the case. I don't know if my death would affect her or not. She would probably just not even know for who knows how long. She doesn't respond to me. She doesn't look at any of my messages. I don't exist to her anymore. And the people that do love me, they don't want me to be this way. But I am. I love that girl. It's not codependency. I would be willing to have done it all. If there was even the slightest fucking rationality in me that said she would accept this. But she told me early on that she suffered from serious social anxiety, and I hated it. I didn't want that for her because she's so amazing. To deprive her of society, to deprive society of her, it feels criminal. And I looked at this girl whose smile feels like proof of Christ. Proof of God. She felt some of the same things I did, and I didn't want her to feel like I was incapable of helping her, so it made telling even her, I told her everything. Everything I felt other people would hate me for, I told her. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I didn't tell her how I felt about the baby. I never even fucking grieved it. I tried to be strong for her. I never grieved it. I wanted that baby. I wanted that baby. I know it wasn't the right time, but I wanted whatever she wanted because it's not... And everything I say just sounds like codependency anyway. And then there's just going to be people who say, oh, you see, that's it. You are codependent. It's not love. You're just codependent with her because she made you feel happy. It's not fucking codependence, man. She made me really happy. I didn't project the idea of happiness onto her. I know what it's like when I'm projecting. I projected my insecurities. I projected my fears because she was too good for me. And I hated seeing any of these horrible things exist in her. She doesn't deserve it. She's never deserved any of this. I wrote her a letter I don't think she'll ever read. I don't know what part of this fear it is, but I just feel like I would rather kill myself than see her for the last time. I would rather just not exist than know that I've seen her for the last time. You know what the worst part about this is? That I didn't even get to say goodbye. She left my house in the morning. She got into a car accident. She's okay. She didn't get hurt. But after that, her car was destroyed, and it's going to take 2 weeks to fix. And in the middle of that, she sends a message to someone else, not even me. telling them that if she returns, that it would just be horrible, and she doesn't feel like she's getting any better. I made my presence horrible for someone who made my life bearable because I wouldn't tell the truth. She could have helped me. I don't know if she could have helped me, but she helped me with everything else. Even if she couldn't have helped me, she could have, I don't know. Maybe she could have understood, like my friends did. Like my loved ones are trying to. But it's too late. And I hope it's not too late for the next person. Because if you have anything in your life worth protecting, it's worth protecting from yourself first and foremost. Like she was. Every day that she's alive, I'm going to miss her. Every day that I'm alive, I'm going to miss her. Because we'll be living separate lives. Because I'm a piece of shit. Who cares what all the wrong people think? And she would ask me that. Why do you care what people think? Why do you care what people think? I shouldn't. I do, but I shouldn't. I don't want people to think that I don't belong. I don't want people to think that I'm stupid. I don't want people to think that I'm a loser. I don't want people to think that I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't want people to think that I don't belong with my partners. I don't want people to think that I'm just too damaged to be around. And now I am. So much so that the person who started to make me feel okay with any of this, I got too comfortable and I thought I could control it. And I didn't. I got mad at her over the stupidest fucking things because I was mad at myself. And instead of just owning this fucking self-hatred, what I would do is I'd stay up all night and I'd cry about it. I'd cry next to her, I'd cry away from her, and she thought that she just wasn't helping me. Someone who loved me so much thought they did nothing for me. And thinks that us being together is just going to be an endless cycle of two people who love each other, trying to be for each other what they can, and it's not, because she was everything right. I was what's wrong. I've always been what's wrong. I deserve what's happening to me. Whoever it is that you love, let them know you love them. And if you have any of this in your soul, I hope to Christ, if he's up there, that you, whatever you believe in, I hope to that you get it out of you faster than I did. For all the making fun of I do of younger people and their problems, whether they're real or not, at least they have the courage to face them. something I was always jealous of and guilty of now, and have always been. The incapability of owning anything. And the only thing that mattered to me, the thing most precious to me, is the love of my loves. And now she's gone. I thought I was a non-person before. Now, I don't care about the title. I didn't care about it last time either. I don't need a title to fit into. The only thing, I don't care if I'm called SCOD or whatever the fuck acronym, I can't even think. I haven't fucking slept right in 4 days. I've just been doing this. I can't even spell the acronym for my problem. SOCD. Diabetes, diabetic rage. All I had to do was tell her and eat better. Tell her and go outside more. And I would do it. I would do it, and I should have done it. But I'm scared of the outside. I'm scared of the guns. I'm scared of the violence. I'm scared of the politics. I'm scared of the people. I'm scared of them hating me for not understanding the people or the politics or why the gun. I'm scared. But the thing I was scaredest of, I made happen. Because I was too scared to tell her and go outside. The only things that she needed me to do were to be honest with her and not be stuck in the fucking house. And that's the exact thing I did. Because I thought I had control. I thought I could make her happy, and I didn't. Who gives a shit about non-person? I don't care about finding a title that fits me. I have titles that fit me. And one of my favorites was BB. And now she'll never call me that again. So tell whoever it is that loves you if you have a problem. Because whether I know you, love you, hate you, stranger, I don't even think anybody would sit through however long this is. I can barely see out of this fucking thing. It's not worth feeling what I feel. Not at all. I would give anything to spare you from feeling what I do. And I should have cared enough about her and myself and everyone else that loves me to do the same.